stop playing with me. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is this, right? I saw some things that I could not unsee, right? Belief is not something you can just switch on and off. If it was something I could switch on and off, please believe I would have switched that motherfucker on a long time ago. I lost my wife. I lost my career. I lost like my friends. I lost my entire community. Over what the fuck I think about what happens after we die. And if you want, let's say, oh, that's not the reason. We don't like you because of, you know, your attitude or how you treated so-and-so and everything like that. Listen to me. Your homegirl cheating on her husband right now with the drummer, right? Probably, right? That shit continues to happen. Y'all let that shit slide because they go to church every Sunday. But let's say half of the things y'all trying to say a nigga did, I did. Same sins, different prayers. I'm not playing these games with these folks. You know what I mean? Anyway, to answer most of what your question is, I continued bit by bit, learning, deconstructing, taking pieces apart. It was really, really difficult because I remember trying to have conversations with people about it. And people didn't want to have conversations with me about it. People didn't want to talk to me about it. Why? Because I was the guy people used to call about, hey, I don't know what this scripture means. What can you tell me? You know? I was a person that people called when it was like, hey, I'm having a hard time. Do you think you could pray with me? Hey, bro, like I'm having a hard time paying these bills. You think you can help me out? You know, like I was that person, right? So when I'm here, like, hey, these are the things I'm struggling with. You know, now my struggle becomes a personal attack on you and your faith. Somehow now I gotta be a villain because somehow your cloud of many witnesses gets weaker when I don't believe anymore. Ain't got shit to do with you. You know, I'm just looking for support. Couldn't find it anywhere. And, well, that's not true. I was able to find that, but I wasn't able to find it in the current community I was in. I had outgrown it, you know.
If you would have found that support, this is just a hypothetical question. Yeah. If you would have found that support in your community, do you think your outlook would have been different than it is now?
Tell me, as far as the outlook, what do you mean? Like,
well, just like the deconstruction piece.
Yeah.
Do you think you still would have landed where you are at now, or do you think it would have went differently if people would have heard you out, if people would have listened, if people would have been open to the perspective?
I think,
and I know that's a big thing.
That's a great question. That's a great question. I think I would have landed in the same place. I think the landing would have been a lot softer. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's how I feel about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You lost your wife over this.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, well, there was that and some other issues, but, you know, but yeah, that was a big part of it. Cause like I was a pastor, you know what I mean? And here's the thing, right? And this isn't even like I don't want it to be no bad blood with her, you know? But like, it's this thing where I think we didn't know how to hold each other in that time, you know? Because all we knew was Christianity, you know? And so that's all we knew to lean on. We didn't know how to I just don't think like there was the capacity there emotionally, mentally to like us to be like I don't think we were compatible in that way. And I think when it comes to like Christianity, it definitely puts a fantasy in your mind of what you think marriage is supposed to be like. So if a person loves Jesus, and you guys have a few, 3-4 things in common, somehow that's your partner. That's not the case. And definitely rush that. And I think sometimes we idealize our partner, and I think that's definitely what I did with her. I think it was this thing of like, hey, this is what I need in a partner, and you're not that right now, but I believe you can grow into that. So I'm gonna keep hoping and pushing and convincing and begging and all of that for you to be that, instead of me just like, you know what, sometimes the behavior is the answer. Sometimes what you're seeing in front of you is the answer. And it doesn't necessarily mean that person's bad. It just means you're not in alignment with them, And I think that's kind of like where I'm at now with it, It's like, but yeah, I did. There was times where she was, I don't want a godless marriage. And to be honest, that's fair. You didn't marry me to be in a godless marriage. You married me when I was trying to be a pastor. I'm not that person anymore, And there was, for me, it was like several of my needs weren't being met, And I kept making accommodations and trying to be understanding and trying to do all that. And it got to the point where it was like, look, I'm about to start doing some real fucked up things to get my needs met. I don't want to be that person. I gotta get out of here.
Did you talk about that dark period?
I haven't talked a lot about it. That kind of sent me in a like a 2-3 year spiral. I think, like, bro, I got separated. I moved out the house and was immediately just, nigga went crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I just started dating and moving, moving crazy a little bit, I had a little bit of a whole phase, I had to do it out of the city, It's like it's too many, y'all know, too many people know each other out here. You know what I mean? Too many people in the same friend group, or it's just, you gotta be careful out here, But I also wasn't moving well. You know what I mean? Like, because at that point, all I knew how to be was a husband, right? So I'm overcommitting. I'm like overextending myself. I'm feeling like I gotta be everybody's motherfucking boyfriend and shit.
Oh, you was falling in love,
bro? Yeah. Or they was too. You know what I mean? But like, I just felt like it was one of those, I only knew how to give, because like, honestly, even when I was like me and my ex-wife, we were each other's first time. So like, I saved myself from marriage. So like, outside of that, I literally only knew how to be a husband. So like, I'm giving husband energy all the time. So now everybody want to marry me or have kids and do all that shit. And to be honest, I just want to fuck, Mm-hmm. But I don't know how to say that. I'm not emotionally available, lady, We can have a great time though. I'm learning now. If you just tell the truth, it's okay. You still might get what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes people are okay with that. Just be honest, But at that time, I didn't. I thought like I had to be. There was something wrong with being like, you know what? Like, I like you. I'm really attracted to you. I would love this type of connection. I'm not looking for nothing serious. But if you cool with that, let's proceed. If not, that's cool too. It's that release of control. I think that for me, that was like, I don't need to control the outcome. I'm good regardless. You know what I mean? Having that mindset changed everything, actually. Not just in those dynamics, but everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like I have my North Star. I have my moral compass. I know where I stand. I know what I stand on. And so by following that, I can't, regardless of what happens, I can't be wrong. You know what I mean? Because like, at the end of the day, I got to look myself in the mirror. So.
I think that's another, what you just broke down, that's another piece of trauma that a lot of people experience in church. But behind closed doors, it's one that the very people who tell you you're wrong, you're going to hell for, they doing themselves.
Right.
You know, this notion that you're the worst sinner if you have sex outside of marriage.
Absolutely.
Or if you're doing it. I think it's like a twofold thing, because being somebody who been around the block a couple times with plenty of people, I know the emotional and spiritual draining that it does for me.
Absolutely.
Because I'm giving myself, and I give pieces of myself to people who I don't even know what they carrying.
Yeah.
Like this trauma shit is real.
Yeah, bro. I thought I was healing. I was starving, bro. Starving, you know? Trying to do whatever I can to satisfy that shit, you know?
But then to say somebody's bad because they do it. But then not give the full connotation or the actual thing, because you telling me I'm bad, but it's really you telling yourself you bad and projecting what you felt,
right?
Onto me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it really creates this environment where so many people get lost. They get lost because they don't understand the truth. Mm-hmm. The truth of, man, you're not bad because you have these natural urges.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not bad.
Right.
But know how to
control that.
Know how to control it. Know what you're using when you use it.
Yeah, absolutely.